Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. But I want to go back. I want to go into this Isaiah 14, because this is a real big stronghold on you Jakes. The worst thing they could have ever taught you was religion, so-called religion, from the perspective of a Edomite, because that's the understanding that you have. Most of our people, they still in that state. So dealing with this name Lucifer, and that's why you have to know what names properly mean so you can shake out of this witchcraft. But Isaiah 14 is not talking about as Satan, right? Shaitan, right? And the word Satan just means adversary. So this is something that you have to understand. In the Bible, sometimes when you see the word Satan or the word devil, it is talking about human people on this earth being Satan and the devil. It ain't always talking about the spiritual demon Satan, but that's what you've been taught. Anytime you see the word Satan or the devil in the Bible, you formulate your mind go here. This is the visual that my people see in their mind. This imagery right here. Let me go to slide. They see something like this in their mind as the devil, which the Bible does not give him, Satan, a shaitan, a description. This is all based in Greek mythology, Roman mythology, what I'm saying, from the Greek god Pan, and also Hades with the so-called pitchfork, so on and so forth. But when you go into the word Satan, it means adversary. It means adversary. So what they have done is concocted a doctrine that most people adhere to because of their ignorance, their lack of knowledge. Right here at the top, it says this is a doctrine that they created because what we see happen with a lot of people, especially the Edomites, when they read the Bible and try to interpret it, they take everything literal. Some stuff in the Bible, a lot of stuff is not literal. Like it's not literally saying what it's saying. It's a metaphor. It's something deeper. You have to figure it out. It's not going to be that simple. Check this out. It says Satan or Shaitan is believed to have been an angel who rebelled against God and was cast out of heaven. Where did they get this from? They got this from Revelation chapter 12. They misinterpretation. And they actually use Isaiah 14 to tie that in as well. They say that Lucifer is talking about Satan, but we're gonna get to the bottom of the truth, right? So they use, and I did a lesson going into that false doctrine, and that's a major doctrine that's on most of the world. Right here, it says the word Satan or Shaitan comes from the Hebrew word Shaitan, which means adversary. So that's what the word really means. So if you actually put the word in place that's supposed to be there, it would clear up a lot of confusion because the word is actually adversary. But they created this false doctrine. So let's go here. I'm going to show you something. Check this out. And this is what has been taught to you. And, you have to come out of this indoctrination because when you're indoctrinated, that's a hard thing to come out of. Only the Lord can pull you out of that because indoctrination is powerful. It would totally strip your mind from any common sense and reasoning, and you'd be straight up operating from a brainwashed perspective. And I mean, you'll be reading and understanding and comprehending things from a brainwashed perspective and not even know it. It says right here, it says, yes, according to Christian tradition. Remember, Christian tradition, right? This is a tradition, a story, a cunningly devised fable. It says Satan rebelled against God in an attempt to become equal to God. And it's nothing but a cunningly devised lie. This is nothing but a lie. But this one of the main doctrines that's taught to you and has continuously be taught in modern day Christianity. Where they get this from though, it says this rebellion led to the war in heaven. And if you go study Greek mythology, they have entangled them narratives inside of the Bible with the Greek mythology, right? Satan never rebelled against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Satan works for as you know, as God. He worked for him. So-called God created him to be a left-hand side, to do his work on the left-hand side. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So Satan was a creation like everything else was a creation. Why would the Most High create something that can overthrow him? It makes no logical sense. He knew the inner workings of Satan because he created Satan. But this is where they go and try to support that Lucifer and all this other madness. But Lucifer, actually, we're going to go into what the word properly means so you can understand. So you won't keep, so you got to stop saying this and stop thinking this as well. Isaiah 14, and let's go to 12. So the word Lucifer is only in the Bible one time. It says, let me show you, let me prove that. 1 second. All right, right here. It says the word Lucifer, which this is a Latin word. You see what I'm saying? They put a Latin word here to cause confusion. Appears only once in the Bible in Isaiah 14 and 12. But Lucifer is a Latin translation from the Hebrew word, I think, halah, somewhere along those lines, which is usually translated morning star, all right, or day star, going back into um, the Illuminati, right? So the king of Babylon, this is what it's talking about. It ain't talking about who, as you know, is Satan. I'm going to prove that to you. It says 12, how art thou fallen from heaven? And in this situation right here, this interpretation right here, it ain't talking about the spiritual realm, as you know. Heaven, the word heaven can mean different things. And usually the word heaven is talking about the sky. But in this context, the word heaven means in an exalted position, up high, right? It says, oh, Lucifer. See, you Christians read this and you, oh, that's talking about Satan. No, it's not. It says, son of the morning star. How thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation. So they've weakened the nations under this, these central banks, right? The, what's that? BIS, I think it's another one that I was thinking of. The Bank of International Settlements. They control all the financial systems over the world, right? In order to do any kind of business, you have to operate within a dollar. But that's waning because you have something called the BRICS, right? That did weaken the nations with the military as well. So if you don't take their dollar, they'll send a military to destroy you. All right, so let's go down and prove that this not talking about Satan. All right, let's go to 16. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Uh-oh, got a problem. So this ain't talking about what you thought you were saying. What you've been taught, Salakia. It says, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and that did shake kingdoms? How did he do this? How did the Edomites do this? Through their forefather Esau, with the military, their blessing was the sword. So they would go and use that sword, right, to conquer, destroy, and to make kingdoms shake, right, with their military and the arsenal of weapons and bombs and all that weaponry, right? So this ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. So let's go this word Lucifer real quick. So when you actually go to the word Lucifer, it means light bearer, shining one morning star. All this is going into enlightenment. And when you go into the Illuminati, the word Illuminati means enlightenment. So it's talking about the international banking families. But the real king of Babylon, Salakia, they will be the real king of Babylon. But the king of Babylon, that's the puppet, is the so-called president. Let's go here. I'm going to show you something. 1 second. All right, so right here. And when something came into my mind. When you so indoctrinated, you can't see the truth, man. You got to have the spirit of the Lord to wake you up. You got to be willing to come out of the matrix You got to be willing to come out of that madness, man, that you've been taught. You have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Right here, it says, yes, many scholars believe that Isaiah 14 is often misinterpreted. Scholars, right? So we just talking about people that have a thorough, to a certain degree, understanding about the Bible more than the average person, right? They have put years and years of study in to understand that this is a misinterpretation. But try telling the Christian that they unreasonable, right? Particularly when it comes directly identifying the figure described as Lucifer with Satan, as the passage is primarily referring to the king of Babylon. Who is the king of Babylon that we see? Donald Trump at the moment. But you have some deeper going on, the international banking families that which controls the money, so-called money, right? That's the Illuminati. It says referring to the king of Babylon, so this ain't talking about Satan. And Babylon is talking about a kingdom, earthly kingdom, which would be America. You had the old Babylon. What was that? The Neo-Babylonian Empire with Nebuchadnezzar. So this is talking about earthly kingdom, a earthly kingdom. It says as a type of symbol of pride and arrogance. So the Edomites' pride. That's why their mascot is the eagle, right? Pride, right? Going back into Obadiah, pride and arrogance, rather than explicitly describing the devil himself. So it ain't talking about so-called Satan. I'm trying to see what else. Let's go here. But you get the point. Um, and when you know what this word Lucifer properly means, it takes the witchcraft. It just means morning star, the son of the morning. So it's referring to a man, a physical seed line on this earth. Esau, Edom, and his descendants. These would be the people who were in rulership at this particular time. And the blessing was the sword to go at, to devour the nations, right? And they have done it. And also they've destroyed the children of Israel, right? And they refuse to let us go. So they like judgment is coming. But it's going back into one of these strongholds that's on your mind that you've been taught. When you see the word Lucifer, people automatically attach that with so-called Satan, right? Satan works for the Most High. He goes and do his job, like in the book of Job, chapter 1 and 2, right? And this word Lucifer is only used one time, and it's talking about the king of Babylon. It is not used nowhere else. So they're going to show you this can't be talking about the spiritual demon Satan. All right, hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Hallah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Kodash. Shalom.